and a little bit of a break after the King Von situation last month, and that's only understandable when you got a homie that's like you done brought him up from the bottom with you, y'all done seen the trenches together, and then he passes away in an untimely fashion like what happened. It only makes sense that you're going to take a break and really gather your thoughts and get everything together even before continuing in your career, man. People need an opportunity to mourn, and people need an opportunity to take time to reflect when they're faced with something like that, man. It's a serious situation. But on the brighter side, man, it looks like Lil Durk is back to business. It's back on, man. Like, he just dropped one of his premiere songs last night, man. And everybody was waiting and anticipating him to drop the Backdoor video. And Lil Durk did that. Now, there was a lot of visual things in the Backdoor video. And Lil Durk has also gotten back on social media. Now, before I get into the specifics of all that, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And let's get it. All right, now that we got that out of the way, man, so let's talk about Durk a little bit. Now, for those of you who've been living under a rock lately or just don't know what's going on out here in the hip-hop community, Lil Durk is a drill rapper from Chicago who kind of ascended the drill rap movement, man. He's gone further than drill rap. I'm talking about Lil Durk is about to be up for a Grammy this year, man. I'm talking humongous accomplishments. So Lil Durk is back to action after the untimely passing of his good friend King Von. And it looks like, man, he's actually opened up even more with his social media. Now, his social media, he actually started to share stories and stuff again. And he shared a picture of himself at the Back in Blood video. And in this picture, you can see him at the Back in Blood video. And at the bottom, he has Von. And you can tell, if you look at the hat, it says V-Roy. And that's what, after the passing of T-Roy, that's what Von changed one of his nicknames to V-Roy. And man, this is just a tribute to Von, so that way he could show him some love on his social media. So that was the way he opened it up. And then he also posted this right here, which was a text message stream from him to Von, and it looked like they were discussing the O blockchain. So let me break this down for you guys, and I'm gonna blow it up so you guys can see. Now, I have to assume that this is their last communication before Von's passing and before Lil Durk shot the Backdoor video, because of a couple of things, man. I think they started shooting the Backdoor video, and then the event happened, and then they finished shooting it afterwards. And this is why, because in the text you can see that Durk says blood, and then Von responds and says, "Yo, what you on?" And then he said, "I'm gonna shoot with the O blockchain on today." And he said, "Okay, I'm finna clear it for you." And then Durk sent him a music file. So I wonder what song that he sent him that they were working on or whatever. But man, maybe it's something that we'll hear in the future, like a collab track. But this shocked a lot of fans because it was always rumored and people believed that they weren't even supposed to be in communication because they had an ongoing case. They had a case in Atlanta that they had going, and man, to everybody's knowledge, they weren't even supposed to be communicating with each other. So for them to be texting is very bold because, everything electronic is tracked, man. Every text message is tracked. Everything is tracked. So for them to still be communicating via text message, I guess, man, they could use the logic that, hey, man, this is business. This isn't anything personal. This isn't anything, crime related. This is us actually conducting business because we're talking about me rocking the O blockchain, which is, that was King Von's signature chain. And we'll talk about that a little bit later when we get to the Backdoor video. But that was King Von's chain. So Lil Durk rocking that in this video is just showing love and showing him respect. You know what I mean? Even though, most people would say that Lil Durk put on first, but nah, man, it was King Von who made that chain more popular, to be honest with you. Now, Lil Durk also, man, last night, at midnight exactly, dropped the Backdoor video. Now, the Backdoor video was filled with a lot of visuals, and most of them involving jewelry. Now, I know Lil Durk is always icy, man. He's always iced up, man. I know that, King Von was just getting on his way, and he was always iced up too. Let me stop playing. But, man, Lil Durk took it a little further in this Backdoor video. Now, the first thing that I noticed about the Backdoor video was the fact that, Lil Durk had a whole bunch of people just lined up as he walked through his homies, like just like he walked through them. Now, I didn't expect King Von to be in this video, even if they shot it before, his untimely demise, because, they weren't even supposed to be in the same vicinity of each other or whatnot. So even remember the night that King Von got into the altercation with Quando Rondo, they weren't even at the same spot. Like, Lil Durk and them were in the car jamming music, listening to Pooh Shiesty, and then they got the call about the whole situation before they went to the hospital. That goes to show that they knew for a fact that they had to play it safe and make sure they were separate because of their ongoing case. But in the video, you got Lil Durk doing his best to show tribute to his fallen homie, man. And he does this by showing a tribute to Newski and showing tribute to Von. And I say this because of the visuals in the music video. So in the music video, he actually shows a lot of jewelry. Now, the jewelry that he shows looks like it's King Von's jewelry, like the rings, everything, like everything that King Von used to rock, especially when he was out and about. Now, I'm not for sure or for certain, but it definitely looks like it to me and to most of the fans out there, because it's the classic O block chain, and then you have the rings or whatnot, and then there's also visuals where you see the Newski chain. And for those of you who don't know or have forgot, Newski was Lil Durk's cousin, who he was a street dude, but man, he went to college. He was kind of like, man, he was caught in between two worlds, man, and he ended up losing his life as well, man, due to some foolishness, man. He was just sitting in the car, minding his business, and, it was a terrible situation. So you also see the Newski chain in there, and I know that's become a common fixture, but it's out there laid with the rest of the jewelry on the table, and I don't think that's by accident. I think that whole visual representation is to show the jewelry or a representation of all his homeboys who have fallen recently, man, and his cousin, obviously, even though Newski, passed away not as recent as King Von, man. But it's the Backdoor video, like in the first couple of minutes, it already had like hundreds of thousands of views. I think it's going to be another smash for Lil Durk, because Lil Durk is really, really getting up out of here right now. I'm talking about like going to a higher height of stardom. Like, his career is going up and up and up. And it seems like with the trajectory that he's on, there's no stopping him. Like, it's not going to slow down anytime, because after this Grammy thing, he's going to become more and more of even a household name. And that's a good thing for him, man, because that camp has been through a lot. And that's not to say that a lot of the camps in Chicago who got, rappers or, crews who are full with rappers haven't gone through a lot, because sometimes we forget about the fact that there's other crews, like there's so many other street crews or whatever in Chicago, and they might have like smaller rap situations going on. There's one that I've been following closely that I'm not going to name, but they've taken a lot of losses as well in the last year. I'm talking about like over 10, and it's a sad situation, man, because a lot of these cats have a lot of talent, and musically, man, they've got it, man. It's just to the point where, man, they got to cease with the violence, and, man, everybody just focus on getting that paper. All right, now with that, hold up, man. Let's get to this part. All right, so what do you guys think? Have you already seen the Backdoor video? Do you like the visual representations in the video? And do you like the fact that, Lil Durk has finally stepped out of his shell and gotten back out on social media? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.